everybody, Micheline from Micheline Makes again with another vlog. This time I have been spending a lot of money on fabric. Well, you see, the problem is I wake up at about 4 in the morning. I've got so good at it that when I wake up I think it's about 4:03, no, it might be 4:15, and then I wake up and I look at my phone or on my watch and I see that it's about 4:20 and I think, well, I'm not bad. Anyway, and then I can't get back to sleep. I go to the loo and then I come back and I can't get back to sleep for a while. And I have a tendency to have a bit flick on my phone when I can't sleep. So I flick on my phone and then the next thing I know I'm ordering fabric. So I bought about 3 or 4 lots of fabric. So I'll let you see what I got. The first one came from Pound Fabrics. So I'm going to show you what they were like. They're all like a cotton. I decided I'd go for a cotton. And I got 4 fabrics from them. I need to find the paperwork for you because I can't. I'll put up there what the prices were. And they caught my eye as usual. And this one, the first one was this. It's a blue and brown with different shades of browny beige. Not usually my colour, that brown, but I thought with the blue it might look quite nice, and I figured, I always buy 3 meters, I figured I could make a nice dress out of that for the summer. No, probably more of an autumny type of dress, but that's the first one. Then, because I like that, I saw that they had another colour in the colour that I don't like, but I've grown to like, and that is dark green. So I got the same version in a dark green. It looks very like a black from a distance, but it's a dark green, and you can see that, can you see? It's got little black lines all over it as well. So that's dark green, and oops, I thought that would look quite nice as well. So that's number 2. Then the third one was this one, which is again a beige with a nice pink colour. A nice pink colour. And let you see what that looks like from a distance. Again, not necessarily, the browns are not always the colours that I pick out, but I thought the pinks stand out a bit more, so I figured that would look quite nice. Then the next one I got was this one, and I like this one. This is one I like the best. This is a blue, navy blue, and it is, let's see if I can grab a hold of it there, navy blue flowers. I think it's that way. That's the length it goes, that way. And that is, to let you see what it's like close up. As I say, it's like a, what do you call it? It's like a viscose. And it looks lovely. Really, really nice. Now the last one I went for, you know I'm into purples, but I'm not so sure I like it. I think it's a polyester. It doesn't have the same feel as the other one. It's like a dog tooth, purpley. Now that looks more of a pink on there, but this is a very deep platinate purple that it's coming out at. And that one is like that. Dog tooth. They weren't very expensive. I can't remember what they were, and I must find the paperwork, but they weren't very expensive. So, that was the first batch. Then I saw some from somewhere else, didn't I? So the next batch that I got, I don't know who I got them from, because it doesn't tell me who I got them from, but they were $6.99 and $7.99 a metre. So I'll find out who I got it from. I think I must have got it up through eBay, which is a bit disappointing that they haven't put their name on who they are, because that's a good way of getting you to do more business with them. I'll find out who it is. Anyway, I got 2 lots of fabric from this lot, and the first one was this one, which is $6.99 a metre. And let me open it up a bit more for you to see. This is it here. Hold on, get it a bit more. There, that's better. So this is it here. Lovely. It's really, it doesn't look as vibrant on the screen, but it's a vibrant red, vibrant yellow, vibrant orange, vibrant fuchsia pink, and that one I do like. That one will definitely be making a summer dress for me. That is absolutely wonderful, that one. This one was the dearer one. It was $7.99, and it is very similar to a fabric that I got from Renee. And it's all beautiful flowers, greens and blues. Let you see close up what it looks like. Greens and blues. Really nice. A nice pattern. I think that'll make a lovely dress. One of those lovely summer sun dresses. So, that's that one. Now, there's more. Then I went to... These are all different nights that I was doing it. Oh no. This particular one, we were driving down. There's a story to this, which I shall put at the very end, the culmination of it. We were driving down to His Lordship's mother's with the portal, and I'll tell you the story of that at the end. But while we were driving down, I get bored while he's driving, and it's an hour and a half, so I'm on my phone looking at things, you know, just doing that and reading and looking at Instagram and then I came across some fabric, and so I decided to buy it. And I thought, oh right, I liked it, and I thought, oh, it's £40. It cost, no, £37.42 it came to. And I was thinking, oh golly, you know, I can afford it. It's not that I can't afford it, but I'm thinking, oh god, £37, you know, got lots of fabric and everything. And then we went to visit his mother, and on the way back we stopped and called in to see his son, who lives in York, which is on the way back home. And he was out in the garden with friends, so because, you know, it was a maximum of 6 people, we didn't stay long. But they had this marquee, and they were having a drink, and they were just about to see the Grand National take off. So I happened to say, oh, years ago I used to do the Grand National, but I don't do it now. So he said, do you want me to put a bed on for you? And I said, oh, number 16, a fiver on number 16. I didn't know whose number 16 was. So he went on his phone and he said, there, I'll put it on for you. He said, I'll put an each way bet on for you. Well, I wasn't sure what an each way bet was, but never mind. I've heard it so many times, I don't know what it means. Anyway, the men went to watch it on the TV, and we sat outside and listened to it, and I'm listening to it on my phone, and it's going, or you could hear them, you couldn't watch the race, but you could hear them telling you about it. And I said, what's the one that I put my money on? What do you call it? And my husband knew, his lordship knew, but I didn't, and I'm listening to this race going on. And they're going, no, she's going, and the ladies at the front, and all of a sudden, my husband said, you've come second. And I said, oh, that's not much. And he says, yeah, but you've got an each way bet on. So anyway, son comes out and says, you've won £65. So I thought, whoa, yeah, I'll bet that £65 will pay for me chariot, won't it? And one of the girls there she'd put a bet on the winning horse, and she only got £40, so I was quite chuffed about that. I got £65, she only got 40. So anyway, that bet, that accidental, unexpected bet, paid for this fabric. Now this came from Fabric Giant, and it was, is there 3 lots of fabric? Oh yes, there are 3 lots of fabric. It's a printed rayon fabric. Each one, the first one, let me just see which one's which. Blue and multi cream. Right. The first one was $3.99 a metre. So again, $3.99 a metre, you really can't complain about that. And it's a rayon, and this is the rayon. Now these are fuchsia pink, and that's red. This is a teal blue. And these are, it's a teal blue, it's a light blue, and that's a turquoisey blue flower. It's not, it's coming out pink on the screen, but it is blue, and it is lovely. It is absolutely gorgeous. Really nice. For $3.99 a metre, I am not going to complain about that. I'm sure it's more expensive elsewhere. So that's one. This one here I got in it's an ice blue, I would call it, an ice blue, and it's got the jungle leaves, as they say, ice blue, jungle leaves, pink flowers. Again, drapes beautifully. It's going to make a lovely, lovely dress. Drapes beautifully. I got 2 meters of this one, but 3 meters of the other two. So I figured it's not going to be as full a dress with this one. And the other one that I got was this one, which is turquoise, and I figured turquoise would go nice against grey hair. So this is, oh, that's the wrong way around there. This is turquoise, and the turquoise and brown with a little, that's brown with the mustardy colour. Really nice, really, really nice. So that's that one. So again, you'd think that would be enough, wouldn't you? But it wasn't. The trouble is, I keep seeing nice fabrics. So the next one I found, this was just the other night at 3 in the morning again. The next one I found was from Lee Mill, which is based in Swansea. Bridal and fashion fabrics, curtain and upholstery fabrics. I'd never heard of them, but they had some lovely fabrics. So let's show you what I got. Again, I got 3 meters. Now, there isn't a price to these. What I'll do is I'll put the price up there. They wouldn't have been very expensive. So the first one I got, again, it's viscose. First one I got was this one. Mustard, brown and cream dots. And that is really, really lovely. And then the next one that I got was, I'm all tied up in thread here. The next one was this one, which is very large pattern, but again I still think it'll make a nice dress. And it's oranges, navies, sage green, I love sage green, creams, burnt orange, navy blue. That absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? That will brighten up a lovely summer's day. And it's a nice sunny day today, so a bit cold, but when it gets a bit warmer it would brighten up the day beautifully. So there's that one. And then this one, this is the one I least like, but it's equally, it's actually, although I least like it, I think it's good. And this is palm trees. Palm trees. All different ways, so you're not getting it totally wrong. And there you go, I'll bring you up close again. This is orange, like a deep orange, turquoise, royal blue, navy blue, and browns. Browns there, burnt, I would call that burnt umber, and a beige going to fade into a light beige. But that is another one. I think that actually, when that's made up as a dress, I think that will actually look very flattering as well. So there, that's that one. And finally, this one here. I like this one as well, and this is like that. This one has, now that's coming out more of a maroon colour, but this is like a that's sage green, that's navy, there's black, this is yellow, like a pale yellow, this is more of a maroony reddish brown, orange there, and it's absolutely lovely. So I'm going to be doing a lot of sewing in the next few weeks, ladies. An awful lot of sewing. What with all the fabrics I've received from Renee and the fabrics that I got from Jenny and all of those. My sister-in-law keeps saying, do you wear all of those dresses? You know, I only have 2 in my wardrobe. And I'm going, yes, I do. So I've decided I'm going to wear a lot more dresses in the summer. So I have to start sewing, don't I? Because there's an awful lot of fabric there. Because this lot is going to make a lot of dresses. Look at all this fabric. Well, I'd almost finished this, and then another parcel came to the door, didn't it? This is from a company called Pound-A-Meter. I think that I'm sure I've had fabric from them before, and they're called Pound-A-Meter. And they rang me up the other day. I'd completely forgotten that I'd ordered them. I think I'd ordered it April the 14th, and today is almost April the 29th. So it was a bit slow to come. And she rang up the other day. Pound-A-Meter is in Bradford. And she rang up the other day and she said, you've ordered some crepe chiffon and you wanted 2 meters and we only have 2 1 meters. Would you take that or not? And I said, oh yeah, just send them. I don't even have anything planned to do with them. So she said, we'll only charge you for the one. So that was way good. And so I got 2 lots of stuff. One was a crepe chiffon tropical print, 60 inches in white. And the other one was 100% cotton lawn fabric, William Morris inspired rose pattern. And I haven't seen them yet, so let's see what they look like. So the first one is, oh, rather nice. It says, thank you for your purchase. Get 10% off your next purchase, so that's good. And, oh, this foil's rather nice, this. Let me just show you what I've got. I didn't know what I was going to do with it, and I figured I've got some natural coloured satin, and I thought I might make an under petticoat type thing so that I can make a few voile things and then I can just wear that underneath. So this is the voile that I got, and it is rather nice. It says chiffon, but it's actually not completely see-through. Can you see? You can't see through it. Is that the right side? There, that's the right side. So I'll go close for you to see. And that looks rather nice. Now I've got 2 meters. One, yeah, it's about 58. That's 1 meter there. And then I've got another meter as well, so I've got to find something to make with it, haven't I? And the other one is a William Morris inspired fabric. I think I've got 3 meters of this. Now I have to find out what the price was because it's on this computer and I'm filming from the computer. So this was 60 inches wide, and this is what this looked like. It's called Designed by Fabric Freedom, and this is what this one looks like. Let me open it up to let you see. That is what this one looks like. Now it doesn't look the same on there. This is a beautiful vibrant turquoise, fuchsia pink, burnt orange, blues, navy blue, turquoise there. Looks absolutely gorgeous, and it feels like a very soft Liberty type cotton. And as I said, I've got 3 meters of that. That's it folded up, but the drape on it is looks quite, yeah, that's the drape on a small amount, on a single thickness. So that's going to look quite nice. I think I'll be wearing dresses for the next 5 or 6 years. Anyway, so that's another 2. And I'll put the information up here for you to see what it is, where it's from, to see where it's from. I was going to tell you about this portal that we got from Mummy. We went down, well, I'll tell you, quick summary. Bought a portal for his mother so that we could WhatsApp her or message her, face message. Took it down. You need to scan from your mobile phone to connect. He had a very archaic flip phone that he'd had for about 20 years. So we took the portal home. I wiped my Facebook off my phone. I wiped my WhatsApp off my phone, put his Facebook and his WhatsApp on my phone so that I could scan from my phone onto the portal. Got it all set up, working well. So then I wiped his Facebook off my phone and I wiped his WhatsApp off my phone. And he's sending me messages saying, I've got a message saying that you're using my email. And I thought, oh, God. So I then got back and said, look, don't worry, it's just me setting this up for you. So anyway, took it back. I had wiped his off my phone, took the portal there, and of course set it up. All was looking good until it said, we need you to scan your barcode. And we couldn't scan his barcode because I had wiped it off my phone and he still had the flip phone. So in the end, we said, look, you're going to have to get yourself a new phone. This is not going to work unless you get yourself a new phone. So off we went, took the portal back because we figured if they touch it, if we leave it there, they'll fiddle on with it and probably not know what they're doing. Took it back, then waited till he rang up and said he'd got a new phone. All well and good. Headed down to their house, computer's portal. Didn't even hardly get to get it out my bag when he said, I don't want that. I don't want that. And I said, all right, okay. So I just said, right, no problem, not a problem. And he says, I've got this phone. He says, that's enough. I don't need that. So great, don't worry. And he said, what will you do with it? I said, well, there's plenty of people in my family would love a portal. In our family that would love a portal. So he was humming and hawing about this mobile phone, couldn't get anything to work. So I then set it up. It was a special one for older people, which they're supposed to understand. But then I moved the icons. I gave him BBC News. I gave him the weather. I gave him Facebook. I gave him lots of other icons so that he could use them. And then headed off back home. After we'd been seeing them, we then headed off back home. And I said to his lordship, I said, should I sell that portal on eBay or something? And he said, no, give it to somebody. And I said, well, none of your family like talking on WhatsApp, so there's no good for them. And he said, well, give it to your daughter. She, so of course I then rang my daughter and said, would you like a portal? And she said, oh, the girls would love one. So we got this portal we sent it down to them and they are absolutely thrilled with it. But of course, the following Sunday, they came up here for the lunch. So then he came and said, did you manage to get rid of the portal? And I think he thought I wouldn't have been able to. And I said, yeah. I said, my granddaughter and my daughters are thrilled to bits to have it. I said, they've already got it all set up with photos and everything and they can contact their friends. And he went, ah. And I think he realised that he'd lost out on something. Anyway, what else can I tell you? A parcel's just come through the door. I've been keeping my eye open for a sewing machine. Why, I don't know, but I just keep looking on eBay, following the sewing machines. And the other week, I think it was an embroidery sewing machine I quite fancied, but I wasn't going to spend £1,000 on them. They're very expensive and there's no way I can afford to spend that much money. So I then thought, I kept looking and I thought, well, you know how the bid and they start off low, and I thought, well, I'll keep my eye open for it. And so I set myself a level that I was going to have, that I was going to bid for it. And I have a particular kind of piece of software where you can enter that bid amount, and 10 seconds before the eBay ends, it shoots in and gives that bid. Well, I kept going and checking on it, and there was one. I figured that they were closing down their shop because they had loads and loads of embroidery machines, really good ones. One that was Bernina ones, Brother ones, and they retailed at about 3,000 or 4,000, and they were starting off at about 99 pence. They started off at £1 or something. By the time I was looking at them, they were at £300, and they were going to be finished within 24 hours. And I thought, oh, I'll put a bid in. I'll put a bid in for 500. So I put a bid in. And then the next time I looked, it had gone. There was no sewing machine. So I looked for the other ones and they'd all gone. And I think at the time, it also said on the description, it said, ask us what the buy it now price is. So I sent them an email saying, what's your buy it now? And they never came back to me. And a few days later, or a week later, I think it was, I got a message from somebody. And this original person who was selling them down near Luton, one part of England. And the message I got back was somebody in Wales, and they said, if you want to buy it, you buy it now, price is 1,500. And I thought, you can get lost. I'm not paying that. And I think that this person contacted the person who was selling the stuff and said, I'll buy the lot for such and such. And then he's going around selling it himself. So that irritated me. Then the next time I saw another one from another person, the same thing happened, came up, started low. So I thought I'd put a bid in, and then when I checked again, the whole thing had gone again. And I thought, this is ridiculous. So then I came across this sewing machine. It was an embroidery one. It was a very, very old one. It looked old from the pictures, but I just kept looking at it and kept looking at it. And it was a Bernina. And it said it was a Bernina embroidery machine. And I kept thinking, well, it had the long arm. It had a long arm, and it had lots of feet to it. And I thought, well, I don't know that it's a proper embroidery. I think it's a vintage embroidery that just does zigzags and patterns. But am I really bothered about that? Because it was more that I quite fancied a long arm type one. And this had a thing, the Bernina thing that goes on your knee, so you stop and start your machine. So anyway, I thought I'll watch it. And I was watching it and nobody was bidding. And I put a watch on it and nobody was bidding and nobody was bidding. And I think the lady was asking, or the gent was asking for £250 and said it had been serviced and it was a Bernina in good condition, given its age. And I kept looking at it and looking at it. And then, of course, the bid finished and they didn't sell it. So I thought, right, I might write to them. So they had asked for £250 plus postage. So I wrote to them and I said, would you take £200 plus postage? And they came back and said, we've relisted it for you at £200. So I paid for the £200. Now that's a lot to pay for an old second-hand machine. But it has come today. I've got it out. I've tried it out. I love it. I've never had a Bernina before, but I love it because it's good. I wanted a workhorse type one so that I can sew handbag material. And this is a real workhorse looking machine. It's metal, it's not plastic, it's not pretty looking, but I've already had a go on it and whoa, I was so excited. I even tried to make a buttonhole. I even tried to make a self-made buttonhole, but which turned out for a first attempt on a new machine that I'd never known. I was quite impressed by it. So I am now the proud owner of a £200 old-fashioned Bernina sewing machine. And when I told his lordship he's not here today, I said to him, I've been telling him about these bids. Oh, and the same person on one of them was selling guitars and he was starting them at 99 pence. And I said, have you seen this guitar? I says, what's it worth? And he says, worth hundreds. Why are they selling it so cheap? So we were watching for a lot of things. And anyway, he said, did you get that machine? I said, no. I said, they've pulled everything off. They've even pulled the guitars off. So I said, I don't know what they've done. So then anyway, the other day I said, I put a bid in. I told him what I'd done about this Bernina. I says, it's a machine that's a bit like the equivalent to a Mercedes or a BMW. I said, but it's a very old trollopy one. Anyway, when it arrived today, it was in a case. It was in a very heavy cardboard box. His lordship had gone and I had to struggle to get it in the door. And then I unpacked it. And the minute you lifted the opening of the cardboard box, you could smell foistiness. Not foistiness. What would you call it? Foistiness? Like old people's cupboards. Like it had been in a cupboard for a long time.
So I got it out, and it was well wrapped. I have to say, this person well wrapped it, and it had some labels on from the leather company. So I'm not sure if maybe it was a leather company whose sewing machine it was, and they've serviced it and decided they're going to renew them or whatever. But this machine is absolutely lovely. I've had to give it a good clean to try and get rid of this foistiness. The case, it came in like a suitcase case, and that suitcase case is now standing outside trying to air so that it can get rid of some of that foistiness. But I am so happy with that sewing machine. So I will show you it sometime when I am about to do something on it. So anyway, I think I'm going to go now. I'm going to love you and I'm going to leave you, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.